Hey, Big Back. Taco Bell introduced a new Cheez-It inspired menu. Let's try it. So this has been done in test kitchens for a while and been in the works or in rumors for the last year or two. Finally, they did a nationwide rollout. So Taco Bell has two new items that are both Cheez-It inspired. One is a Cheez-It Tostada and the other one is a Cheez-It Crunchwrap. So I got both. I got multiple versions of it. The regular version and then what I want, and then I just got one so you can see this right away, which is literally just the Tostada. Yes, I paid $3.99 for this because I just ordered it without anything on it so we could see what it looks like. So there it is. It looks like a giant Cheez-It, as you can see. And it fell apart in my damn hands, which is not the best thing in the world. Also, disclaimer, I don't want to hear nothing from anybody telling me that it wasn't fresh. I am in the parking lot of Taco Bell. This Taco Bell is always packed. So if you hear all kinds of noises, I did this for you guys. So drop a thumbs up, man. You know I don't really like eating in my car, but for the sake of the review, I think it is fair to do so because there are a lot of people eating in their cars right now. So again, there is the Cheez-It. Let's just try the Cheez-It on its own. Big salt crystals, which I do like. Can you see that? Yeah, I got 4K. We're good. All right. I love Cheez-Its. They should just make a box of these and put them in a store. I swear my Big Back self would buy these. Again, there's a train track right behind this Taco Bell. Just so you know. So that I can't do nothing about the train. If you're a fan of Cheez-Its, you'll like their tostada. It's a good idea. Funny enough, I thought about sometimes just putting Cheez-Its in my taco. But for a starter with this, it tastes, it's a Cheez-It, literally. It uses the brand, which means it's the same exact one. And the crunch here, because it's bigger, falls apart a little bit. So we'll see how it works when you actually put toppings on it. But as a Cheez-It, I think Cheez-Its are great. So I give it a 9 out of 10. I give a box of Cheez-Its a 9 out of 10. If they had the extra toasty, which is my favorite, I would give that a 9.5 out of 10. Taco Bell. I'm just spitballing here because I'm Big Back. So this is how it's kind of supposed to come. I apologize. I don't like lettuce, but I want to see how the toppings hold up on it. So there is no lettuce on this. If you can't extrapolate what lettuce tastes like on a freaking taco, like I don't know what to tell y'all. But the rest of it comes with ground beef, cheese, sour cream, and tomatoes. Now normally there's a big pile of lettuce on this. I've seen other people have it. It fell apart as soon as I picked it up. I think you got to kind of grab this from the middle, but that is what it looks like. I'm trying very hard to not break this damn thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've seen other videos where it's not loaded up like this. Very similar to a Doritos Locos Taco, which I'm a fan of, sorry for that. This is good to me because I like Cheez-Its. It tastes just like a friggin' Taco Bell and a Cheez-It. You could actually just make Cheez-It nacho. I might try that. And it would probably give you the same thing. The Cheez-It's really salty. So in my opinion, kind of, because the ground beef is a little salty, again, I have more of a salty affinity. There you go. Or should I say aversion, not affinity. I don't like it. But is it holding up? Not really, no. So that can be a bit of a problem, but it would be the equivalent of, it is good though. I'm sitting here going, I like it. I don't know what other people said about it. Again, if you're a fan of Taco Bell and Cheez-It, it's a perfect analogy. Only problem again, it falls apart and just a little too salty for me, but that can be fixed with some sauce. So I'm gonna try. They gave me, okay. I got some Diablo sauce here. I'm a Diablo fan. Let's see what this does with this. Y'all gonna hear all kinds of noises today, man. This Taco Bell is right on the corner of a busy intersection, and there's a train track and all kinds of stuff going on. If you're from New Jersey and you've been at Elmwood Park, this is where it is. I just don't like the fact that that's better. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. I'll go right there. Don't catch me lagging. But I like it. Is it my favorite thing? No. I wish that they would do something where they put the Cheez-It flavor into like a shell so it was easier to eat. But I do enjoy this. And I would give this an 8.5 out of 10. So I'm gonna switch places a little bit and go to the Cheez-It Crunchwrap. This is one that I made. I can tell because there's more stuff in it. I got more stuff. But this is how it comes. Again, I do not like lettuce. I don't like them in Crunchwraps anyway, and I don't put things in Crunchwraps that make it soggy. I just think it makes it worse. So if you put lettuce in your Crunchwrap and you enjoy it that way, fine. But even the water content would ruin it for me. With that being said, the rest of this should be the exact same thing. It has a toasted Cheez-It tostada in here, and I can just tell it's already falling apart. So it's gonna be soggy, and I don't think it's gonna work. But of course, this is a review, so you never know. Yeah, I was right. You can't even taste it in here. It's really soggy. I'm trying to find a... Okay. So they put nacho cheese in here, as well as sour cream, the beans, the ground beef, and it's hot. You get them in the parking lot. So this, I just got it made. I'm not even, there's no travel involved in this. It already has turned into a giant paste in this thing. And I can barely chase the Cheez-It because it's overpowered by everything else. Let's get some dipping sauce though. I got mild this time. A lot of people like mild. I don't mind it, but I want to try a different kind. So let's go with the mild. It got really quiet around here, surprisingly. If you like Cheez-Its and you want a Cheez-It flavor, I wouldn't get this because, again, it's like in here, but it's falling apart. Like, here's a piece of it. It's almost turned into a paste. And I just, like, yeah, that's it. Just missing. So, for me, I would get it in the tostada version. I would give this a 6 out of 10, but I want to see if changing the ingredients can kind of help contain the soggy. So we have 2 more versions that I would get my way. And some fries. Y'all ain't see the fries yet. Let's do what we did on mine. So here I got the ground beef, but I also added rice. You can see the guac on the upper left-hand side, and I wanted to add fries to it, so I'm going to add the fries myself. Good luck picking this thing up. Again, I didn't know that going into it, but it's gonna fall. Yep, it already. I don't even care. Let's do this. So there's everything. Now I added guac, fries, and rice. Again, my taste buds are set. Oh, I forgot I changed something else. Hold up now. I switched the meat. This on here is their cantina chicken as well. I forgot I changed that. So much better. I don't like their ground beef at all. The cantina chicken, I'm switching to everything on there. That's good. Here we go. A little bit of hot sauce. For me, Taco Bell recently, again, this thing's gonna fall apart as soon as I pick it up. Yeah, it did. Recently, I've gotten more, I don't like their ground beef. So, I'm gonna get a fry. If they just sold the Cheez-It tostada, I would literally just buy these ingredients and dip it in there and eat that way. It just falls apart and that sucks. It really just ruins my experience. But it's very thin. Now anybody saying I put too many toppings on it, this fell apart a little bit easier, but even as it comes, it falls apart. So bring a fork or anything else. I do like the addition of everything else, and the guac works. I would just get it on the side and just start using dipping sauces and stuff like that. This is a little bit better to me, but again, I can't call this elite when it falls apart the way it does, but most Taco Bell items fall apart. Slightly better. I would give this an 8.8 out of 10 on a fast food scale, of course. And finally, we have my version. Look, you can see the Cheez-It on this one because it's so overstuffed that fell apart. Should I try to cut this so I can show y'all a cross section? I think I'm gonna do that. I don't got a fork or knife, but I do have a fork. Let's see how we can figure this out. I'm not gonna make y'all watch me cut this. Give me a second. There you go. Okay, same thing. I added fries to this. I added the cantina chicken, and I added those Fiesta strips. You can see them in there. I just wanted a little bit of a contrast from the Cheez-It, but again, because I did, you can see that the Cheez-It is in much better shape on this part than it was with that ground beef. That ground beef to me ruins everything. Now, the first time a freaking Cheez-It crunch this entire time. There you go. You can see that, look. See how it's flaky? And it didn't get all ruined? That's what I was looking for. I got the fries to kind of soak up the moisture, and I also got them because I like their fry seasoning. The cantina chicken is much better because it's not too greasy to ruin the integrity of the Crunchwrap. I realized this one time I tried a vegetarian Crunchwrap, and it wasn't soggy at all. And until then, I didn't really like crunch wraps. I just call them sog wraps. Now we got some Taco Bell cheese, because I got the fries, because I got frequent fatty points. That didn't work. Fork. There we go. Let's do that. Much better. This is 1,000 times better, and you can taste the Cheez-It more. If you're gonna do this, there's only a recommendation. Get it how you want to. Try to get things that won't make the Cheez-It soggy, because that's the biggest issue. It tastes just like a Cheez-It, which I thought it would. So I do like it. It's just their ground beef ruins everything. This last one by far was my favorite one of anything I got from here. And on a fast food scale, I would actually come out to get that. I would give it a 9 out of 10. Hopefully I remember to put this in the video, but I'm putting it right towards the end of the review. Price-wise, the Cheez-It Tostada is $3.99, and the Crunchwrap is $5.49. They're about the same prices as everything you would get from Taco Bell. Everybody knows like fast food items have gotten a little out of hand with how expensive they are. The problem with the Tostada is $4. I don't feel like I get a lot of food, even with the lettuce, because it's about the same amount of food as a taco. I know this is going to sound crazy, but if you just want a Cheez-It taco, I would legitimately just buy Cheez-Its. You can get an entire box of Cheez-Its from a store if you catch it on sale for like 2 and change, 3 and change. Just do that and get a freaking taco and put it on there. It will give you the exact same vibe without being soggy as hell. Just call it ingenuity. There's no difference between the Cheez-It and every other Cheez-It that's ever invented. It's just larger. Buy the big Cheez-Its. They got larger ones, don't they? Or buy whatever flavored Cheez-It. You get the idea. Doesn't really do anything for me in moving the needle. I love the idea, but the execution, because it falls apart, kind of ruins it for me. So while they do taste good, I don't really think it's worth it. Just buy a box of Cheez-Its if you like Taco Bell that much. That's just my opinion. I still rate them pretty high because I like Cheez-Its. You don't have to wait for this. But if you want to, it's there. I wanted to give my take on it. Again, I'm by no means saying this is disgusting. I just think Pizza Hut had a Cheez-It item in like 2019, 2018, which was like a stuffed large Cheez-It. That was dope. That was different. That had the Cheez-It taste, but it was stuff in there. Just my opinion. If you don't believe me, look it up. I don't remember when it was, but I reviewed it on Instagram way back when. That I liked. But I wanted to give my take on this in the parking lot so nobody said it wasn't not fresh or all that. I get where y'all coming from, so that's me listening to y'all and just, who's this? There really is a dude walking right here. And give my take on it, you know, with and as least bit of bias as I can. As far as the lettuce goes, listen, I know lettuce doesn't taste like anything. It does add crunch and texture, but my gripes with this was only that it fell apart. Lettuce is only gonna make it worse. So anybody that wants to say something about that, I completely understand. I did the best I could. I wanted to try it anyway. I'm not the biggest fan of Taco Bell, but this was better from them. I just would have liked to see a little bit more imagination, in my opinion. But with that being said, that is gonna be the end of the video, and we will be back tomorrow. More content, the hand signs, they made it to YouTube.